and welcome to my channel. This is 5 Valentine's Day activities that I did with my babe on prep for Valentine's Day. We started off with just some cheeky card making. We made some Valentine's Day cards for his daddy. And now we're moving on to painting. So I literally just lay out the paint, as you can see, and let him crack on. And he got covered, which is the aim, for him to have fun, get mucky, and give me a big clean-up job afterwards. Once these are dried, I cut them into strips, taped 2 of the edges together and folded the other edge, and it made hearts, and I hung them around the house for our little Valentine's Day decorations. I think this was the activity that he had the most fun doing, and it probably took the least prep work. So just remember that when you're trying to do things with your little one. It's probably the least prep things that they love the most. So he's just having a quick change, and I did him a quick sink bar. So while it was just filling up, we had a little play, and it just made clean up a little bit easier because I didn't prepare and completely forgot that I'd have a completely covered baby at the end of our painting, and he would want to crawl everywhere. So quick sink bath and then on to the cleanup. So the cleanup of this was actually quite simple. Just take everything off. I just hung it up to dry and used a baby wipe that I actually had already used on him. So just clean up the massive bit of murk. Make sure he's entertained, and then just got an old cloth, dried it all up, and then I go back over and spray it all. And this is what I do for most activities. I just wipe as much as I can up, then spray it with some antibac and clean it up that way. And then we actually store it in his bedroom behind his nursing chair. So let me know if you've got any suggestions of where to store this, because it is massive. I don't know where to put it, and because it's stood up and not lay down when it's stored, it's got like a weird bend to it, so don't know where to put it. Next we move on to flowers. So I stole some flowers off my mum because it was her birthday and she got some flowers off her friends or family. So we're playing with some flowers here. I'm taking off the stems of the red ones because the red ones actually have spiky stems, whereas the pink ones, half of the stem's spiky and half the stem's okay. So we stemmed on for the pink and stemmed off for the red and just used the petals. This one took him a while to warm up to, which surprised me really because I thought he'd really enjoy it, and he didn't really like the texture of the flowers, which was a bit strange for him because he normally just gets stuck straight in. But I think they're just too soft for him. So once he actually did get used to it, he quite enjoyed it and was throwing the flowers everywhere.
Kick.
But obviously the most interesting thing for him is me sweeping up his lunch in the background. And all he wants to do is get that dustpan and brush. And he is obsessed with chasing me with that dustpan and brush. He loves it. But he did go back and play once I'd finished cleaning up. And here is where we start the next one. I found these heart-shaped pastas in Aldi, and I thought they were really cute to pick up and add to our sensory play. He also had them for lunch, which he enjoyed. They're a nice shape for him to grab hold of. So for spaghetti play, just boil loads of spaghetti, the normal amount, add it into a bag and add some food colour into it, and you'll see, like, shake it about a bit here. He is teething at the moment and would not let me put him down at all. So I added a little bit of oil. Doesn't really matter what oil you use. That was olive oil. And it just stops the spaghetti from sticking to itself once it's, like, dried / cooled down. So yeah, I'm just adding in some food colouring, and you don't need too much. It depends on what colour you like it. It doesn't dye very even. And put your baby down, because this is what will happen. He grabbed it and I spilled it everywhere. So I popped him down for a nap and then set on to lay it out ready for when he'd woke up. So as you can see, I added the love hearts, the little pasta love hearts at the bottom. And these are probably the things that he liked the most out of the whole thing. So again, I'm cleaning up in the background from his lunchtime, but once he'd got used to this, he kept going back for it. And I had this out for maybe an hour, and he was non-stop playing in and out of this. He loved it. He did actually eat quite a lot of it as well, which it's just pasta and food colouring, so I'm not too worried. I always try and make them taste safe at the moment, just because he is into everything, and especially with him teething. He just wants to eat everything he can, bless him, and chew on everything. So everything here is taste safe apart from the paint, which is just children's paint. And he did eat that, I'm not going to fib. Here we are, trying to get him more into it, and it worked. This one is the chickpea juice, gets whipped and turns into like a taste safe foam. That mixer wasn't the best thing to do it with, and it does go a lot foamier if you use like a handheld mixer, but I can't find one, or couldn't find one anyway. So I went to my mum's and borrowed that, and it did do well. I added some food colour into this as well and turned it a little bit pink, and he did quite like this. It was quite cold and slippy, so you can see his little face is getting a bit agitated because he can't crawl because it's just so slippy for him, bless him. And this is our fifth activity, which is a cheese muffin, kind of muffin. I was going to do him an actual muffin, but I don't like him to have that type of sugar at the moment anyway. So I found an alternative recipe, and we had a cheese muffin, which was really easy. You'll see at the start, I just poured flour everywhere, at my mum's house as well, so sorry, Mum. But yeah, so once I'd cooked it, and it was cooling at this time, I put out some purée, which is literally blended dates, or were they prunes? Either way, blended prunes. And I'm so surprised he didn't eat this to start with, because he absolutely loves that prune purée. But yeah, he got Sprite stuck in and had a little snack at the same time. You'll see here I show him that it's tasty, and this is all he did the whole time. He just ate the decoration for his cake, which was fine. It's what it's meant to do. doggy. Silly Shaggy. See, that was mine. I think he likes it. Oh, do you like it? Tasty. So they are our 5 Valentine's Day activities. Let me know if you've got any ones that you did with your little one, and if your little one enjoyed the ones that we did. Much appreciate that you stuck it around and watched to the end. Really appreciated it if you'd like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.